All right, it looks like we are ready for our Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis speedrun featuring Enbyzee. Take it away, Enbyzee.
Hello everybody, my name's Enbyzee, my pronouns are she, they, as you can probably see. And I'm going to be running Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. This is the game that I actually submitted to Speedromizer, but unfortunately, the person who received this game was unable to participate and they had to drop out. So I'll be running it to show it off for y'all. Hopefully I can do it justice. It's been a little bit, so I'm a little rusty, but not too bad. So the way our timer is going to start, we skip all our intro cutscenes, and then on our first click here, time is going to start. So I'm going to grab a drink before we start, but time starts in 3, 2, 1. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to Barnett College. This isn't the normal route. However, we have a 33% chance to get the worst RNG. So we are coming back here early to counteract the chance of getting that RNG. Try and save us a little bit of time loss later by accepting some time loss early. Grab this newspaper. And then we're going to go around the back here and start pushing some crates. The hardest part about this game is probably the controls. The controls span the entire length of the keyboard. Most of the time your hand will be on the left side of the keyboard, but occasionally you've got to stretch all the way across to the P key while holding the tilde key at the same time, so it's a bit of a stretch on the hand. Nope. There you go. Alright, we're gonna send this ghost out to prematurely end the show. Get Sophia. Sophia is gonna be our kind of sidekick, but we're gonna basically ditch Sophia. We're gonna try to skip a cutscene here. And we got the cutscene skip, cool. It's kind of random whether or not you get the cutscene skip. You just kind of mash buttons and hope you get it. But we did get it in that case. The reason we're going to ditch Sophia, though, is because we're going to take the Fists path. So I'll be running Fists path Saveless. And we are going to go it alone with just our fists, essentially. There are 3 paths. Fists, Team, and Wits. I had to make sure I was doing the right dialogue there, because if I screw up that dialogue, I screw up the run. Oh, that's the same place. Now we are going to the jungle. I think we got the best RNG here. Let's find out. Yep. Everybody say hello to the capybara, the eater of inputs, and then everybody say goodbye to the capybara, the eater of inputs. Now the giant snake is gone, we can use this tree to cross the gap. And then Sophia is just like, hey, what are you doing? There was just a path right around the outside. I don't know why you went through the jungle. Thanks, Sophia. Appreciate that.
Good job. How do I tell?
Okay, we talk to the parrot to get an answer, which is Hippocrates. Oops, did not mean to talk to him there. There we go. Nope. Come back. I forgot, because I messed up the first time, I have to change which option I select. Now it's 3. No? Parrot, what are you doing to me? Hippocrates, yeah. Accept my answer. Steinert. I'd really like to explore the temple. The Hippocrates. This is interesting. I've never had this happen. We may have soft-locked it. Let's go around and see if that fixes it.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's not there. So now I can hopefully talk to the parrot. Let's get the title. Let's hope this works. I've never gotten soft lock there. That's really weird. That's never happened before. Hey, I get to say it during the marathon. Not exploring. Hermocrates. There we go. Okay, we have unsoft locked ourselves. Now we're going to talk to Sophia. We're going to have Sophia distract Steinert, I believe was his name, so that we can go and steal a lantern. Because we need the oil that's inside of it. As we're traveling back, we're going to open that lantern. And we're going to use the oil inside to loosen up the spiral design. So we can take it, use it with this statue over here, and then pull the trunk and find a secret passage. And luckily he did not notice that there is a shiny bead here called orichalcum. We can go over and grab that because that's exactly what we need to progress. We're done in the jungle. We're going to go back to Iceland. There we go. Now, remember the guy that was in here that we talked to earlier? He's not doing so well. He's a bit frozen.
I already have it.
Use the bead with that. That heats up the little snake oil inside, what allows us to remove it from the ice. And now we're going to the Azores to meet with a collector. We're going to let Sophia do most of the talking here.
Why don't you?
Because he's a dirty old man. Now Jones is going to take over.
Okay.
Okay. This next part we need to listen to.
The Pierce Collect.
Pierce Collection. Okay, so we need to remember Pierce Collection. That is a clue as to where we can find Plato's Lost Dialogue. There are 3 places where it can be. One is in one of the collections, which is the Pierce Collection, as we've just found out. Another one is inside of a cat statue. And the other one is inside of a locked chest. That's the one we don't want. Let's see.
I believe it's part.
Dunlop Collection. So we know that the book is not in the ceiling because there's a hole underneath that bookshelf, but that is the Dunlop Collection. We know it's not there. So we don't need to pick up the coal. We're going to use our bubble gum that we just got from the underside of a desk with the coal chute, so we can walk up the coal chute, pick up the cat statue here, and we're going to place it inside of this furnace. And of course, we got the worst RNG. Let's go. So we need to go back upstairs. We're gonna go up this rope. This normally would be a reset. But for the marathons, we went back early to get that mayonnaise, so we don't have to go back across to my office. And we're going to use this jar of mayonnaise as, oddly enough, a lubricant? So that we can slide that pole across. Open this urn, pick up the key that's inside. Go back downstairs. Push this crate out of the way. Then we're going to use our key on this chest. And now we have Plato's Lost dialogue, finally. So that is where you don't want it to be. Here in a second, I'm going to be taking a picture with my phone of Plato's Lost dialogue so that I don't have to continuously open it. Okay. Because there are some clues inside that dialogue that will help us with some stone rotation orientations, which is probably the hardest part of this run to learn. So right there, we just chose the fist path. That is our first choice. Now we're gonna wait for a man in a brown jacket, brown suit, essentially, this one, Trottier.
Just a moment.
Let's see. And we want Amber as the answer. It gives you a different question each time, but the answers are always the same to each question. He gives us a business card, which will give us an in with somebody here in town, in Algiers. Go back here and give this business card to this trader, storekeeper. But we don't trust the storekeeper, so we're gonna go track him. That's the red dot there, we're the brown dot. It's based on the color of our hats. And this part is a RNG as far as how long it takes to get to Omar's house. You just have to follow and hope. Sometimes it's almost instant. Sometimes it's upwards of 45 seconds. There we go, that wasn't too bad.
Hideous torch.
And we get to knock out our first Nazi. Found Omar. Omar's going to give us a camel that we can use to cross the desert on our way to a dig site. This part, if any of the trucks run into me, it is a small encounter. We'll have to do a fight. Hopefully I can avoid them, but usually you get one fight. And there are 4 different possible dig sites, so we have to check all 4 locations and hope that it's the first one. This is the first one here. It is not. Let's go down here, check the second one. That's not it. We barely escaped. Here's the third one. It's the third one. Alright, cool. There's a lot of RNG in this game that can really mess up a run. That's part of the hardest, or probably the worst part about the run. Now, while we're walking there, I need to consult this to get keywords. Morning light with the sun. I've got a sheet over here that I use. Okay. Shoutouts to Kramit, who made me that sheet. Use small metal thing. Where is it? Andy, are you blocking it? I usually do this part in the dark. So I usually do play this game in the dark, rather. Because these scenes that are really, really dark, it's actually a lot easier if you're playing in the dark because your eyes are already adjusted and you can see stuff a lot better. Here's our first use of the Sunstone. We got 7 rotations as our first one. There we go. And now we've got a confrontation with a Nazi. We're going to use our whip to take away the gun. And then we're going to use our amazing Sucker Punch ability to one-shot the Nazi. There is a fighting mechanic in the game. It is brutally difficult, so we avoid using it. Instead, there is an easy mode button, which is just 0 on the number pad, and that allows us to just Sucker Punch any Nazi we come across. And now we're on this wonderful balloon ride to Crete. It sure is gooey, it sure is. When we pick up the bubble gum in the beginning, that's what Indy says. It's definitely our favorite line of the game. Here is Crete. We are now at another dig site. This one is a little bit more difficult. There's some really cool fast movement tech that I'm going to try to pull off. I get it about 50% of the time. So we're going to pick up the Surveyor's Instrument. And down here, we're going to be pushing some stones to try and find part of a statue. When we find the part of the statue, we're going to place this surveying kit on top, look through it at a certain sculpture, and when we line it up correctly, we need to click to get out of that little crosshair, pick up the Surveyor's Kit, and click on the next spot before scene plays out. If we do all of that fast enough, then we'll get speedy movement. If not, then we'll just have to do regular movement. Here's our first stones here that we're going to push. No luck. Push these.
They won't move.
All right, we got the third stones. So there's 3 options for where it can be here as well. So we're going to use our Surveyor's Kit, line it up with this, and I was not fast enough at all. Push these stones.
There's a statue here. I see the right horn.
Now this one, we got the fast movement. As you can see, Jones flies over there because it is sped up while it is putting that line on your map or on your screen. So what we just found was the Moonstone right here. So we've got the Sunstone now and the Moonstone. There's still one more stone that we're missing. We'll get that later. Well, we're going to enter our first labyrinth. After a very long walking scene. And another Nazi. We say something about sauerkraut, make him angry, and then we sucker punch him. Alright, there is a tech here. Hopefully I'll get lucky. I did. That last statue, if it is the one on the very end, if that's the last one left, sometimes it picks up a different one instead. But if that's the last one left, then you can just go through the door as it's closing. We're going to use our whip with the statue head up here to knock off the head onto the elevator, which is going to add just enough weight for us to go down. Pick up this staff, look at the waterfall, in which we find out there's a chain behind the waterfall, so that's our way back up, since the elevator left us. Gotta be careful not to step on the elevator again. And then we're gonna place the statues on this shelf. Just going to lower, and then eventually, with enough weight, open that door. Okay, we're gonna come in here, we're gonna push a chalk off of a pedestal. And then go down below where it fell. There's the LucasArts symbol. LucasArts was the publisher of this game. And we use the stick there to activate this elevator. We're gonna pick up this gold box. Open the gold box. And as we're walking, we're gonna use the gold box with this bead, which is gonna place the bead inside of the box, and we're gonna close the box. We do that because we're gonna get an item later that will help detect orichalcum, and the gold box protects anything from being detected by our detector. So if we have orichalcum in our pocket, and we're trying to track down orichalcum, then it's going to track whatever's in our pocket. But if we put it in the box, it doesn't know it's there, and we can track orichalcum elsewhere. Now we're gonna go on a Nazi killing spree. First one is gonna get smushed. Next one gets sucker punched. And here.
What are you?
Another one getting sucker punched. Yet another Nazi to sucker punch. And this poor soul. Just kidding, it's a Nazi. Fudge you. We're gonna drop a stalactite on him. Oh, go here. There we go. And then because we're Indiana Jones and we have infinite muscles, we're gonna go in here and just remove that stalactite that murdered the Nazi. You did not see that coming. Very nice. Always appreciate a good pun. We're gonna use our ship rib with this boulder, which is gonna make it roll down the wrong hill. So we have to go around. This man is very burly. We do not want to fight this man. If we fight this man, you cannot sucker punch him. So you would have to use the regular fight mechanics, and it's very, very difficult.
It's a wedge-shaped piece of rock.
Use the boulder, use the boulder. Thank you. So instead, we're gonna squish another big Nazi. Now we're gonna look at Arnold here, which is gonna give us our detector for orichalcum. And this is another part that is horrendous when you're trying to do the run, but we got the best RNG! We use the detector to detect orichalcum because Sophia is wearing an orichalcum necklace, and we find out that she's in that first pit, and she has the moonstone, so we have all 3 stones now. We're gonna place all 3 stones here. Clicked one too many times there. And 1. Solve that puzzle. We picked the Moonstone, Sunstone, Worldstone up. Now we're good to leave. And look at this stone pointer to see where it's pointing and leave the labyrinth. Now we're going to Thera.
What
We're gonna immediately book it all the way away from the dock, up into the mountains. Not telling Sophia what we're doing at all. She's not happy about it, but it's alright. What we're looking for here is a tire repair kit. So we're gonna walk to this gap in the mountain, see if it's there. It is, so that's best RNG. It can be in 3 different places. We got best RNG there. It can be here in the notch, it can be here in the cleft, or here in the gap. Now that we have that, the book says 240 miles northwest, so we're going to tell this man 24 southeast. 24 southeast. Because whoever originally translated wrong. I'm gonna repair this, put an air hose on it, get Andy inside, and then we're gonna get Andy into the water using this crane.
Oh.
Here's another fun RNG section. Nazis show up and cut our air hose. So we have a limited amount of time under the water. Luckily, Indiana Jones can hold his breath for quite a while and move quite quickly underwater. And we got the best RNG there as well. Okay. So this part I have to do completely in the dark because my eyes are not adjusted for this. So I can't see anything right now. I'm just clicking in the dark. We picked up a ladder, we placed the ladder, we're now climbing the ladder, picking the ladder back up. Can't find the stone thing, there it is. We're gonna open the box to get the orichalcum out and put an orichalcum in. That's gonna give us light. Now we can actually see. We're gonna place our stones again, and we're gonna do the same answer that we did before, but backwards. Oop.
The mouth of the statue opened.
Okay. So reversed, essentially. Now we have to remember to pick these up. Very important. Otherwise you have to walk all the way back to go get them. Now we're in the second labyrinth. That's our crab room. Good to know. These rooms are random. There are always the same rooms in the labyrinth, but where they are located is completely random. It's a pain. You can lose upwards of 2-3 minutes here, depending on the orientation or the layout that you get. This is where runs come to die, which is kind of thematic. Okay, we got our first item that we're looking for in the labyrinth, which is the statue head. And we're going to have to go down this hallway over here, so if there's a grate in either of these rooms, then we're not going to use it. We'll come back and use it later. Grates can be shortcuts to other sections of the maze, or they can lead to very useful items that we need, or sections that you couldn't otherwise get to. We got our cup, so now we have our stone head and our cup. That is what we needed in order to get some lava later. Very good to get that early. Right now, we're going down here because we need to make a trap for a crab. How are we going to make a trap for a crab? We're going to pick up a rib cage. Okay, this is just an idea. We're just going to pick up the rib cage, combine it with some gum, and I'm sure that that's going to work as a crab trap. We'll try it. We'll see if it works. I'm sure it's definitely going to be very useful. So before we go down to these two rooms, we are going to check the grate in this room. See where it leads. Okay, this is a shortcut. It could be to the section that we can't normally access, or it could be anywhere else. It came to this room. Okay. So not a great shortcut. Not very helpful, but it did get us over to here, so it's not terrible. We got the bronze gear. We're going to open this grate here and see where this leads. It leads to a section of the prison which is not helpful, so we're going to back out of there. And we're going to walk back this way. I could take this shortcut, but it's going to be slower to teleport to there rather than just walk back this way. Well, we're done with this section of the map. And we were able to avoid all of the Nazi encounters too, which is good. Check this room. Nothing. Luckily, going in and out of a room will change where the Nazi is located, sometimes despawning them. Nothing in this room. I usually don't find anything in these two rooms. Occasionally I will, though. Here's a grate. We'll see where this grate leads. Okay, it is a shortcut somewhere. It's to the center section where we can't normally get. You have to find the grate in order to get here and get that, which is awesome that we got that. And I got the teleport. You normally start out here and have to walk around, but if you click fast enough, you can just teleport straight into the room. I was able to get that, which is super awesome. Only saves a little bit of time, but it's a nice little swag strat. And now we're going to go down into this section of the hallway, because we need some lava. So we're going to go into this room here, which is normally the lava room, not always. It is, okay. We're going to place our cup here. Statue head here. That's going to give us some lava. Lava in a cup, of course. We can go ahead and check these other rooms because we do need to find another room or another grate that goes to the prison. This is nothing. We do not need that item over there. Check this room here. Okay, this should be it. It is. So we're going to use Orichalcum in this sentry here. Which, when the Nazi walks away, we get some fun Nazi squishing music. Sadly, the sentry does not make it. And if you saw in the background there, Sophia is in the jail. Okay, we do get one encounter here. I was hoping not to. I think we have everything we need now, but I'm not positive. I'll try and think and make sure that we do. Should we go to the crab? I'm going to go to the machine room so we avoid the crab room for the moment. Because the Nazi's over there. Use a spoked wheel with this peg. We're going to go to the top of the steps and use the lava with this funnel, which is going to make us a lot of beads. Or Orichalcum beads. Pick up this spoked wheel. Come on, Indy. Pick up the beads in the dish, and we'll head out of here. We're going to go to the crab room next. To test out our wonderful ribcage plus gum crab trap. Let's see if it works. Sure enough, it does. Don't know why, but it does. We're gonna get another encounter here. See if I can make Andy lose his head.
Come back.
Nope, we didn't lose our head. Occasionally, if you're running away, if you do it fast enough, sometimes Andy's head will just disappear, and he'll be headless Andy. Pretty sure this is an empty room, but we're going to check it anyway just to make sure. It's a great, we don't need to go that way. So that is probably just going to be a shortcut to there. Let's see if I can make Andy lose his head again. Nope. That should be nothing, so we're just going to go on. I think we've got all our items that we need. There's one more door puzzle that we need to get through for this section, but it is the best door puzzle in the world. It's this room right here. There's a puzzle in here that we need to get by. Let's see if we can lose our head again. There it is, we lost our head. Headless Endy. We do this puzzle by going out of the room and back in fast enough. Being the keyword, there we go. And it just lets you through. Puzzle solved. We're gonna pick up the statue part, and we're just gonna say hi to Sophia. Hi, Sophia. Okay, bye, Sophia. We're gonna leave Sophia in the jail. Sorry. And we're gonna go into the inner labyrinth. We're gonna use our wonderful crab trap to feed this octopus. We're going to put an orichalcum bead in the mouth of this crab, which then activates it. And then we're going to use the sunstone with this spindle over here. Just going to open our pathway. We're going to do basically the same thing in this room, but we're going to do the moonstone in the spindle. But we have to wait until we get closer, because if we click too early, then Endy gets confused for some reason and just waits for a few seconds. Now we're going to pick up the last item we need to repair a robot coming up. By going up these steps. Pick up this crescent-shaped gear. Get back on the raft, and then we're going to go to our last gate over here and use the world stone with it. And go through the gate. We need to use our ladder over here with the sentry statue so we can climb up. We're going to open its chest cavity and we're going to do a little puzzle inside. Going to activate its arm there. I'm just going to lower the arm. We're going to connect a chain to this loop over here. Connect a chain to this loop over here. We're going to alter the chest puzzle to make the arms move differently. Do it again. And rip the door down. Luckily, there's a hinge pin from the door that pops out. We're going to pick that up. We're going to need that for later. And now we are into the innermost section of the labyrinth. In one of the other paths, I believe the team path, there's a big scene in this room. But in this path, all we do is walk over here and pick up a scepter. And then we walk right back out. So this big room filled with nothing for us. All right. Next, we are going to control a giant digger. Left bottom, middle bottom, okay. We're going to put these levers in and then push them up. Misclicked on that one. We got pretty bad RNG on the levers here. I think that was it. No! No! I messed it up. I'm dead. That's the end of the run. Just kidding. Andy jumped out. We're good. So we get to continue on. Now we have a door puzzle. If you've played Final Fantasy VII, it's very similar. Go through doors, come out other doors. Sorry for the psych, everybody. This is always the same, there's no RNG on these doors. We do need to memorize something coming up. In the background here, there's going to be a picture. We need to memorize what is on that picture. So I memorize sun left, moon bottom, volcano right. Sun left, moon bottom, volcano right. We've got a lava puzzle here. I need to navigate. This is one of these, this is probably the scariest part of the run, because if I screw this up, I do actually die. So I need to be very careful here. Okay. I believe if we enter from this side, please, where are you going, Andy? This side, we should be good. Every time we move, whatever is directly in front of us falls into the lava. And if you don't go fast enough, they drop on their own. If you go the wrong path and you dead-end yourself, you fall into the lava and die. And that's literally game over, because this is a saveless run. So we are not allowed to save. We're coming up on the final room. Sun left, moon bottom, volcano right. Sunstone, moonstone, worldstone. Sun left, moon bottom, volcano right. That activates the final machine here. But unfortunately, the Nazis were just waiting for us to activate it, and have closed in on and are now going to attempt to make themselves unto gods. Luckily, Nazis are useless a-holes who don't know what they're doing and have to have Indy do everything for them. And they don't listen to Indy at first. Slight flashing lights here. Now, all we have left is a few dialogue clicks. Do 1, 2, 2, 3, then 4, 3, 2, 1 time. That's the run.
99, 100 beat. Prepare to feel my wrath.
We have told them the correct way to become gods. However, Sophia is possessed by Nurab Sao, who is a former Atlantean and soon to be god.
Sophia!
So Sophia, sorry, she's gone. She is now Nurab-Sal, who is now a god. Who knows what that's gonna do with the world? But it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Place begins to crumble, and we are gonna make our way out very slowly. As we're leaving, I'll do my little sign-offs. So if you want to see me, I am on Twitch at Enbyzee. I don't have a regular streaming schedule right now, but I'm hoping to get back to a regular streaming schedule soon. I will also be back on Sunday running Lonely Mountains Downhill against Mr. Drake for the marathon race. So if you want to catch me again, you can catch me there. The three most important things, though, is in your day-to-day life, if you come to cross paths with a Nazi, make sure to sucker punch them. Trans rights, and also trans wrongs. We support both.
You know, a lot of my discoveries seem like tall tales even to me.
All right, well, that was a fantastic Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis run. Thank you very much, Enbyzee. That was very well done. And also, yes, trans rights.
Sophia.
Thank you.